everybody, it's Wendy, and today we're going to make a pair of earrings using products from beadingschool.com. But first, our encouraging word for today is make your heart the most beautiful thing about you. So the Bible also says that God looks on the heart. He does not look on the outward appearance. So yeah, let's make our hearts beautiful. I think that's great. All right, so here is the little earring that we're going to make today. I love this so much. It's using memory wire, and it's just very unique. It's dangly, and it kind of crisscrosses itself right here. I just think it's really, really sweet and cute and sparkly and feminine. It's beautiful. So this is what we're going to be making. I am using products from the beadingschool.com website. These are Preciosa bicones, okay, and crystals. And these, I'm using a combination of all of the boxes that they have sent me. So I've had the sun box, the moon box, the bloom box, and the summer spirit box. So all four of the boxes, and I will link them all in the description box below this video. Now, I'm not sure. I know the bloom box was sold out for a while. I'm not sure if it's back in stock or if it's available, but I will link them all in the description box below. I know that you can buy things on their website, like, you know, these components came in the bloom box, but if they don't have the bloom box, I think there are similar things on their website that you can buy, or you can use components from your own stash, okay? So this is the little earring, like I said, that we're going to make. It's super cute, and I will show you what you're going to need. So you're going to need memory wire pieces. Now, I have cut my pieces already, just so you would not have to watch me do that on camera. And I am going to show you what they measure. So let me grab my ruler. Okay. So let's see here. The biggest piece, let me separate these so you can see them. They hang just like this. There we go. Okay, so this biggest piece we're going to do is this one. And this one is actually exactly 50 millimeters or 5 centimeters, okay? So 5 centimeters, 50 millimeters is the first piece. The second piece, which is this one right here, it is 44 centimeters, 44 millimeters, or a little over 4.4 centimeters, okay? This one, this is our outer one. This one is about 47 millimeters, or 4.7 centimeters. And this one, this little one, is 35 millimeters and 3.5 centimeters. Okay, so there's your measurements for those. Cut them accordingly, and these are memory wire cutters. Just let me say this real quick, because you will ruin your regular wire cutters if you cut memory wire with them. These, either you need to have a pair of these, or you need to have a pair of old wire cutters that you don't mind ruining, because really, they will ruin your wire. This memory wire is really stiff. Okay, we're using this earring component from the bloom box. It's got the little loop for hanging. It's a post, and it's got some beautiful little rhinestones in there. And then we're going to use this little connector piece from the bloom box. So it's got a connection here on the bottom and the top, and it matches this really well. We're going to be using those. I have a ball head pin. This came in the bloom box or the summer spirit box. I'm sorry, I can't remember which is which. And then I have some jump rings. These did not come in the box. These are very tiny 3 millimeter jump rings, and this is a 6 millimeter jump ring. Okay, I'm going to be using those. And now to get to the bicones. So, oh my goodness, these bicones are so pretty. So here are the colors that I'm using. A lot of them are from the moon box. So I'm using 3 millimeter aquamarine AB. I'm using 4 millimeter tanzanite AB2X. I'm using 4 millimeter smoked topaz AB2X. I'm using 4 millimeter light sapphire opal, 4mm Crystal Blonde Flare, 6mm Capri Blue AB2X, 4mm Aquamarine Matte, and then I have a couple 3mm Aurum. That's these gold ones right here. And those are all the bicones that I'm using. Now, like I said, you can use any components that you have, and you can use any bicones that you have, you know, obviously. So if you want to make this, just dig through your stash if you don't want to order the boxes. But if you do want to order the boxes, I will have links in the description box below. I mean, they are a great value, and they're beautiful, beautiful Preciosa products. So here we go. All right, now, a couple other things. You're going to need a pair of crimping pliers. These make this so much simpler, okay? So just saying, these are Xuron crimping pliers, Xuron. These are awesome for this, and you'll see why here in a minute. You're going to need a pair of round nose pliers. These are Xuron again, round nose pliers. You're going to need a pair of cutters and a pair of, these are needle nose pliers, and I found they work really well for some of these things as well. So, but the main thing is you really do need a pair of crimping pliers for this. It's just going to make your life easier if you have it. Okay, so I've got my little wires here. So the way that I did these is I did the longest one on this outer edge facing in. Now I have to reverse this though, don't I? I have to mirror this earring. That's kind of important if I don't do that. So let me just lay this here so I can see it. So I need my longer one over here this time. And then my middle one, my second longest over here, and my short one on the inside. Yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to make sure I mirror that because that would be, it would not look good if I didn't. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is on each one of your wires, whoops, goodness, here I am messing them all up again. I think that one went right there. Okay, on each one of your wires, you're going to take your crimping plier and go down at the very end, and you're going to make a loop coming inward. Let me zoom in a little bit here. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. You want this loop to be very small and flat, okay? See that? Its only purpose in life is to hold the beads on this memory wire. It does nothing else, absolutely nothing else. So you want it to be small and very flat if you can get it that way, because you don't want it to be real noticeable. And these bicones have really tiny holes, so it's not like they're going to come off. You know what I'm saying? You just need a teeny tiny. So I go down to the very, very end of my memory wire, and I roll the smallest loop I possibly can around. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to take it and place it in one of the divots in my crimping pliers, and I'm just going to smash it down. That's why these crimping pliers work really good for this. And see how tiny that makes that? So it is so small. I mean, it's not going to be super noticeable, and it's going to keep your beads from falling off. And you need to do that on all 4 of these pieces. So let me do this one. Rolling a loop in as tiny as you can get it, and then taking your crimping pliers and just smashing it down. There's the second one. And this, it really, 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 you just don't want that loop real big on the bottom. Unless you want to hang things from it. You could always do dangles from it or something like that, but I'm not doing that. So I'm trying to make these as tiny as I can get them. And then having the crimping plier, it just smashes it down really well. All right, last one. Okay, so there's all 4 of those. So now we're going to go ahead and bead on these, and I'm going to follow the pattern that I've already put on here. I have these set out in little piles already just so it would be less time. So I'm going to put on my opal, my blonde flare, which I love that yellow. I think it's so pretty. My little aquamarine 4mm. Now these tanzanite, the smoked topaz AB2X and the tanzanite are easy to get confused. So this is the smoked topaz 2X. I think that's the tanzanite that I've got on there next. Tanzanite AB2X. Okay, then my matte blue. Then my blonde flare again. Then this one is the smoked topaz. My aquamarine. my Sapphire Opal, Blonde Flare. Oh, wait a minute. Did I miss something? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Just making sure. Yeah, I did. I missed my Aurum. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Aurum goes on next. And then my matte, my Blonde Flare, my smoked topaz, and my aquamarine. Okay, so that should leave you just enough room to roll your loop. Now, if you have a whole bunch left over here, you want to trim it off. It's really important that this outer one, I'm going to trim just a tad bit off, that this outer one be the right size. If it's not, it looks really, really weird, okay? So I'm going to take my pliers here. I'm going to use these round nose pliers. Actually, I'm going to trim a tad bit more off of that just because I don't want it to be... There we go. And I'm going to roll a tiny loop. You do not want it to be very big. You want it to be small. And then I'm going to take my crimping pliers and not smash it down. I'm just closing it, okay? Don't smash it like you did your first one. Just close this loop. Just make sure it's closed, okay? And that's it. That's all we're going to do there. Make sure. Well, that one's a little bit... Oh, when I put the jump ring on, it'll be okay. All right. I was afraid I made it too short. All right, for our next one. And it's the longer... Let me see. It is the shorter of the two, I think. Yes. Make sure I've got them right. They all look the same at this point. Okay. So here it is. This is the next one that I'm doing. And I'm going to do my aquamarine, my big 6mm bicone, and my Blonde Flare. And same thing up here at the top. I'm going to make a very small loop. And I'm just going to close it with my crimping pliers, not flatten it. Again, just close it. Because you're going to have to put a jump ring through here. So you want there to be a loop. You don't want it to be smashed, but you want to close it down. Okay? Now for this little shorter one here. So this one, I'm doing the Opal Sapphire, the Blonde Flare, the matte aquamarine. Was it aquamarine matte or sapphire matte? Aquamarine matte, okay. Little aquamarine AB, and my smoked topaz 2X. And same thing, making a loop, a very small loop. And closing it, not flattening it. There we go. And the reason that it's easy or with your memory wire cutters is because they have those divots and it just holds this in place. I mean your crimpers, it just holds that memory wire in place. Okay, so here's our last one. Excuse me. My throat is itchy. Okay, aquamarine, sapphire matte, or sapphire opal, aquamarine matte, and Blonde Flare. Now this is for our middle piece. Okay, same thing. Make your loop. And just close it up. Just like that. Okay, so here we have our pieces. Now, if you want to do this exactly like I'm telling you to, because if you don't, you're going to be very frustrated. Okay, so we're taking these little jump rings and we're going to put them all on first and close them up. And I know you would seem to think you would close this jump ring and then take these and hang them all on there. Don't do that. If you do, you're going to be very frustrated. It is very difficult. I tried it that way. Don't do it. Put all your little jump rings on first and close them up. Because when we go to hang it on that jump ring, it's going to be a whole lot easier to do it this way. These are so tiny. Okay, so just putting them on, making sure they're closed, and you want to make sure also that your memory wire ring is closed up really good. Okay, here's the second one. Here's the next one. Okay, and last but not least, this last piece. And just close it right up here. Okay, now we're going to take our bigger jump ring. We're going to hold it with our pliers in our right hand. And we're going to put these on, and you have to make sure these are hanging the right way when you put them on. So there's our first one. Here's our longer piece. Okay, those two are facing your right hand. Now you're going to take your pliers and hold the other side of your jump ring, and you're going to put these two on, making sure they're facing the correct direction. And there they are. Close this up. All right, just close it right up. Just like that. Now, you just lay it down. Just try to keep everybody together. And we're going to make our little dangle. All right, so we're using our small little aquamarine 3mm. We're putting it right on this ball head pin. You're going to need this piece as well. You want to go down as close to the little bicone as you can get and make a 90-degree angle, just like that. Then you're going to take, I'm using my crimping pliers for this because they have a tiny little, actually I'm not, I'm going to use my Xeron round nose because they have a tiny little tip, and I'm going up and over and around. Okay, so it's going to make a very small little loop in here. Okay, but I don't want to go ahead and wrap it yet because I want to go ahead and insert it on here. I don't want to have to use a jump ring to hang this. I want it to be, that's going to make it too long. So go ahead and insert the loop right here onto your component. And you may have to use your pliers to get it on there. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, what you're going to do is you've got your wire going up, over, and around and making this little loop. So you're going to grab the loop, holding all the wire right there except for this piece hanging out. Okay, so can you see that? I've got the loop. Then I'm going to take these pliers and I'm just going to wrap a couple of times. I'm not doing a big, huge wrap, just a couple of times. And then I'm going to cut this off flush as close as I can get it. Okay, and there is your little dangle. Now you may need to take this and if you have a snaggle like I do right here, you're going to want to close this little snaggle up so it doesn't catch on anything. There we go. And there's our little dangle. Okay, so now we've got this one. We need another small jump ring, our 5mm. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this 5mm jump ring. We are going to hang our dangle on it. Actually, wait, we're going to hang this on first. Sorry. We're going to hang our big dangle first. Then we're going to hang our little flower dangle in front of it. Just like that. And then we're going to take and we're going to insert our earring piece on. And this is a little tricky. Just grab it where you can. Make sure your earring piece is facing the front. And go ahead and try to grab and close this up. And like I said, it's a little fiddly because it's so tiny. But there you have it. There is your earring. Whoops, sorry. There is your earring. These turn out so, so pretty. So let me hang them and I will show you how they dangle. Just a moment. Okay, guys, so here they are. I think these turn out so, so pretty, and they're just unique, different. So I hope you guys like them. I will put the links for everything for beadingschool.com in the description box below, and you can check them out. They have some beautiful products and great deals on these little boxes. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!